Assalamu alaikum and good evening to you. You're listening to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and welcome to a brand new show here on Salaam Radio and of course Inspire FM 105.1 in Luton. Geared Up is your new fortnightly motoring show discussing everything motoring related. I'm Amir Suleman and with my co-driver Akeel Khalil bringing you an hour of chat on anything motoring. We're just two guys that love cars and love talking about cars. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and online at salamradio.co.uk, and you can find us on the TuneIn app as well as our very own Salaam Radio app available on the App Store and Google Play. Now, we want you to get involved in the show and you can do that via WhatsApp on 07745 278 978, or you can call us on 01733 602 133, or send us a Facebook live message. We'd love to hear your opinion on the topics that we discuss, inshallah. Brother Akeel, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Are you in first gear, raring to go?
Absolutely.
Good. This is the first show for us.
I've got some nitrous oxide right just down the left hand side of the road, ready for and pumped.
You know what? If you launch that nitrous, I'll be ready to catch you. I'll be here waiting for you. It'll be amazing. But no, listen, this is a brand new show, and it's great to be going out to Luton as well, our sister station, Inspire FM, always supporting our live shows here in Salaam Radio, and us vice versa. But we just felt the airwaves needed something a bit chirpy for a Friday night.
Yeah.
Something a bit of a mix.
It did.
And you and I are always talking about cars.
We are.
We're not experts.
No.
But we have opinions.
We do.
And that's what our listener hopefully will have, is an opinion that they can join in on 07745 278 978, which is our WhatsApp number, or text if you really want to. Does anyone use text anymore?
Well, they did earlier, didn't they?
They did.
Yes.
Good point. Well made. And 01733 602 133 is our number to call in. So please do let us know. Now, to kick things off, we're asking you our first, what we're going to call, question of the week. What food have you or do you tend to eat behind the wheel? What about you, Brother Akeel?
Well, this is. Well, I tell you what. Depending on what I'm doing,
Yeah.
okay. If I'm on a long journey,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't mind having a kebab.
In the car?
In a car, I wouldn't mind having a naan sandwich in my hands, greasy, open, just made, chili sauce, mint sauce, all inside it, left hand, auto car. There I am.
Right, I'm shocked.
Are you?
I'm shocked because, what? I'm shocked because I think you've done this.
This may
Have you done this?
This may or may not be true, and I may have done this about 20,000 miles of kebabs.
So I think we should educate people and tell them that you have driven a lot in your career.
I have. I think in the last
done,
2 years I've done about 85,000 miles or something.
which was all around the M25, right?
Yeah. Only first gear, incidentally.
First gear.
It was horrid.
85,000 miles. So you've driven a lot, and you must have eaten on the road a lot.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, in my time as a business development manager back in the day, which is what your role was, I was driving a lot. I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago. And I would eat a sandwich. I've eaten a burger once on the road. That's about as adventurous as I got. But you need to tell us, have you eaten a kebab?
Well, actually, there was this other thing where I would travel. Often I would go to a chip shop in the area that I might be in.
Yeah.
And I'd always get a open portion of chips,
Right.
dripping, soaking in vinegar, and I'd put that in the cup holder. Now, the important thing about a car is, if your cup holder is towards the set, where you've got the controls of the cars, like the heating, etc.
Yeah.
Not good for coned chips.
Okay.
Okay. It needs to be, left hand side near your leg where you can plant it, and then a chip at a time, a mile at a time.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But
The kebab, I'm telling you, is legendary.
yeah, but how do you doner kebab? What are we talking about?
Naan sandwich.
Naan sandwich.
You see, I don't eat doner meat because it's too messy.
Okay, so now we're getting right. So you're talking about like a lamb kofta or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Long
Yeah.
shish kebab.
That's right. Yeah,
Right, so
wrapped tightly.
Okay.
Juicy.
See, when you say kebab, most people think of chicken or lamb doner, which is you can't eat one of them when you're driving.
Yeah, I think you can. You know what? I put it out there. I think you can eat almost anything.
No. I'm shutting you down. I'm shutting you down. You can't eat almost anything. And let's be responsible broadcasters. We don't advocate people
No, of course not.
driving and eating, but everyone does it.
Yep.
We know they do, especially if you're driving a lot. But sensible things, and we want to hear what you've done. So tell us your sensible stories and tell us your sins. Tell us what you've done.
Hold on, are you saying that eating a kebab is a sin?
Of course.
Behind the wheel of a car?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what about a mini cheddars packet?
Oh, that's all right. That's like a packet of crisps. Mini cheddars are fine.
Yeah, but it's not satisfying. You know when you got 170 miles left and you got on your way to Devon. It's raining.
Look. I think we need to make it very clear that we want some genuinely shocking answers from you, because I'm sure there are people out there that have eaten a lot of.
Please, if
things.
you are a kebab eater, call in.
Yeah, I think it will be a soulmate for Brother Akeel here. But listen, the other question we're asking you, we're going to do this each week as well, is throughout our shows even. Throughout our shows, we'll be asking you to guess the number plate year each week without using Google. Try not to use Google.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, so this week we're asking you about F-Reg. So the prefix F-Reg, what years were cars made with the prefix F-Reg? WhatsApp 07745 278 978 or call in if you want to chat 01733 602 133 or send us a Facebook live message as well. Inshallah, we'll keep our eyes peeled on that and we'll reveal the answer and those who've guessed correctly at the end of the show. Now, we're going to start off our first topic for the first half of this, and I thought it's the first show, let's get people on board and let's ask people, what was it that made you first fall in love with cars or motoring generally? Are you a self-proclaimed petrol head? Do you have a real passion for cars? Get in touch, let us know how your love for cars began. Akeel, I've got to ask you, how did it all begin for you?
Oh, well,
Tell me your love story.
Okay, can I just say for a start, my first car was an F-Reg Mitsubishi Colt.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. And it had these
Don't say the year, you'll give it away.
Correct. It had these really cool TSW alloys on it.
TS, 5 spokes?
5 spokes.
Nice.
You know, I'm showing my age here, aren't I? And really cool kit. And what really made me fall in love with cars was essentially the different designs.
Okay.
You know, I fell in love with cars at a really young age. So it was the different designs, different shapes. And at that very young age, I didn't understand, brake horsepower, etc., etc.
No.
It was just literally the designs and the colours and seeing the flamboyance of, for example, I mean, in the 80s, the Lamborghini Countach was the poster car, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right? So,
it was.
You seen all these cars around you and, and I think it's fair to say in the 80s, there was a lot of cars were box-shaped.
They were.
Can you remember
brick-like.
Yeah, that's right. Can you remember the Nissan Micra?
When it first came out?
That was a box.
It literally had square headlights. Do you remember that? Perfectly square headlights. I remember them.
Yeah, that's right.
So I've had some messages already.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. So, Brother Faisal quite rightly said, and we've said this already, you shouldn't be eating and driving.
Correct.
Right.
It's against the law.
But everyone does it.
Yeah.
Or drinking and driving. Can
I just say, Brother Faisal, I said I may or may not have.
Yes,
it's important.
Listen, it's too late to cover yourself. You've done it. It's done. It's too late. Brother Zahir is answering a question regarding the F-Reg. He said 1989. Now, don't say yes or no, but what I will say is he's half right.
He's half right.
Brother Zahir, you are half right. So have a think on that and come back to us with another answer. We've had, I believe, a WhatsApp message as well. Oh, from my son, who has said 1990 to 2000.
Wow.
Bless your heart. That's wrong, Ali Suleman.
Shout out to Ali.
Shout out to Ali. But that is wrong. You need to rethink that, Ali, without Googling it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, don't Google it, young man.
He clearly hasn't. Well done. So that's interesting. But yeah, have another go at that. So the F-Reg cars, please. What years, listen to the question, years was the prefix F-Reg cars made? Going back to the question, how you first fell in love with cars. So you said about the design and just the different styles of cars.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
For me, it was something very different. So whenever, it was probably 1982, so I was 8 years old then, right? I think you weren't even born in 1982, I don't know.
As if I'm going to say that now, but anyway.
1982, I was 8 years old, and that's probably my earliest memory fondly of cars, and that was I would start travelling everywhere that my dad would go, right? And he'd travel a lot to see friends, family, on business and stuff, and he'd just say, jump in the car, just on a whim. He said, jump in the car and come with me. Sometimes, even on a school day, I'd just jump in the car and not go to school.
Wow.
Times were different then.
Yeah.
Right? And I'd just travel everywhere with him, and we'd talk and have a laugh, and he'd put the radio on, and I just remember there were certain moments. This is the moment for me, actually, is when my dad was driving along an A road. I think it was near Holbeach, actually, if I remember correctly. Right? And there was a van overtaking. It was coming towards him at speed, but he was so calm under pressure. I just looked at him like he was a hero, man and machine in perfect harmony. He just hit the brakes. There was no ABS back then, so we were locking up. There was all smoke from the tyres coming up the side of the windows. I remember it vividly, and he just somehow managed to get onto the grass verge and literally saved our lives that day. And then he just carried on like nothing happened, shrugged it off, carried on, and I just remember looking at my dad thinking, you are a hero. The way you've controlled this car. The car was a C-Reg 1986 Volvo 740 GLT 2.3 litre estate.
Oh, so you didn't remember the whole trim?
I remembered everything. And for me, that was the moment when I thought, car's just not a form of transport.
Yeah.
You are in control of a vehicle that can travel at speed. And if you know what you're doing, it's like you're at one with the vehicle.
That's right, absolutely.
And even though this car was not like something that people would aspire to own, for me, it was my own little safe cocoon of transport.
Yeah.
I was with my dad, and that was the moment that I just fell in love with cars.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely right there. That's one of the reasons why I love cars.
Yeah.
And motorbikes, actually. It's that control. You have that sense of freedom, but control.
Yes.
And if you enjoy driving, whether that's... driving fast, in my opinion, doesn't constitute to just enjoying driving. There's other elements to it.
Absolutely.
The roads you may travel on, how you are in control of the car, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are right. It's that freedom.
It is the freedom.
It's the freedom to be able to get into that car and go anywhere you want.
And more than that, bro, isn't it? It's not just a sense of freedom. Like you say, you could... After this, we could get in the car and drive anywhere we wanted, right? You and I recently...
Please take me home.
No, but you and I recently did a road trip to Ireland.
We did.
It was a huge bit of fun.
Wow.
And it was work.
It was. And can I just say, there were no speed cameras in Ireland.
No, what a great place.
Yes. Not that we were speeding, can I add?
No, we weren't. Genuinely, we weren't.
It was really weird. And the other thing that we found strange, and certainly I did as well, driving in Ireland, was that the traffic light system was different to ours. Remember
talk about that, because you seem somewhat obsessed with this one.
Because it was weird.
I've heard nothing about it.
So we've driven into the centre of Dublin, and I've come across a large intersection.
Yeah.
And there's multiple traffic lights going in different directions, and where we were going, there was red, amber, but there was no green. There was a flashing orange arrow.
Right.
And I sat there, and I recall saying to him, well, what do I do now? And there was the guard on the other side of the road, wasn't there?
I remember that.
The Irish police.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you can go, because this is the symbol for that. It was just strange,
It was. I've not seen that.
And then also having to adjust the brain to deal with kilometres rather than miles per hour.
Yes.
So that was a challenge in itself. But it was great.
It was great.
The roads were really, really nice. They were wide. They were, there was barely any... In fact, we saw no roadworks.
No.
No potholes.
No.
And no speed cameras.
That's true. That is true. And I remember the minute we got back to UK, England, Wales, wasn't it?
Yeah, Holyhead. Yeah.
There were potholes everywhere.
Literally.
Everywhere.
Literally in the port and just out of the port as well.
Yeah.
And I just want to add to that as well was the scenery. And this another element of why we enjoy driving.
Yeah.
Was that not only were the roads really built well, etc., but the scenery was beautiful. And if you got the right track on, something atmospheric, on your own or with the family, whatever it may be, the experience, that you go through.
It is, and you do sometimes you get magical moments at times like that. You could be, like you said, you could be on your own. And have it might be a nice nasheed or just a nice soundtrack in the background which matches the scenery of what you're seeing. It can be quite magical. Just going back to another reason why I fell in love with cars, so not just seeing my dad kind of in his element, and that's why I loved it, but just the freedom, of course, is a big one, but the fact that it's a private space, it's your own little private little world. The things people do in cars beggars belief sometimes, right? But especially people who drive a lot, naming no names, basically you. But there are things that you can just kind of do in a car. You can make phone calls. You can just feel free, and you're traveling at the same time, and you can have your own personal soundtrack on in the background. You can pull over when you like, have a little nap if you need to, etc. I just love the fact that it's a place that is yours.
Yeah,
that environment is yours. You own it, and you can do what you like.
Yeah, as opposed to, for example, public transport.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you're sharing a cabin with somebody, or if you're sharing a train with somebody, instantly the first thing you lose is privacy.
Absolutely.
And the ability to stop when you want to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And further to that, I suppose, is the machines that we drive these days, the cars that we drive these days, the power that's in some of these cars, the technology which is in some of these cars.
See, now that's a very exciting subject, the technology elements.
Exactly, and obviously both of us are techies here.
Yeah.
I have to say, from my first car to the car that I was driving and I did all that mileage on, the level of sophisticated technology is mind-blowing. It was almost self-autonomous. With your adaptive cruise control, you switch it on. You're literally just steering.
Absolutely.
The car will, using its sophisticated technology, will work out. So, for example, if you're on a motorway, you stamp 70 miles an hour, and the vehicle in front of it, your car will drive 70 miles an hour, but if the sensors pick up that car is slowing down, your car starts to slow down.
Adaptive cruise control.
It's wonderful.
I remember when that first came out on an S-Class back in the day. I don't know what year it was, an early S-Class, right? It must have been late 80s. It must have been. If anyone knows when adaptive cruise control first appeared on S-Class, do let us know, please. You can Google that one if you want. But yeah, and normally that is the way. Normally the tech arrives first on an S-Class or a 7 Series or even an A8 maybe, right? The flagship, big limos in a way, and then they eventually filter down into cars.
That's right, yeah, and I think Formula One has a big role that plays.
That's true.
It plays a big role, with technology in terms of braking.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the the kinetic electrical energy sector and how it's had an effect on the cars now.
Regenerative braking.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if you look at hypercars now, for example, when they are braking, it's now just like an F1 car.
Yeah.
It's harvesting braking power.
And it's ceramic brake pads as well. Brake discs, sorry.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Airbags, for example.
Yes, indeed. So technology is really, for me, there was a time when I'd buy a car based on looks. That's when I was like 17, 18, just passed my test. I'd buy a car purely based on looks and power, right? But there was limits to that because we were young and you couldn't get insured without paying a fortune. But now, for me, it really is about the tech gadgets that you get in that little cockpit of yours. What toys have you got to play with? For me, that is really a buying decision for me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think you've just had a message pop up, actually.
Oh, yes. So, thanks, Ali. So, my son has said adaptive cruise control started in 1991.
Well done, Ali.
Thanks, Ali. And I imagine that was an S-Class. We've had other messages as well. So Brother Fessel's back with another guess on the F-Reg. He said 1966 or 1967. Now, what Brother Fessel has done there is he's looked at the suffix F-Reg, not the prefix F-Reg. So that, Brother Fessel, is incorrect. But then he's given a second answer, which is 1988 or 1989. So now that's his other guess. And then Brother Saqib Nazir has said Lotus developed aerodynamics when in F1.
There you go.
Something I didn't know, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Great fact.
Yeah. Lotus developed aerodynamics in F1. So that's very interesting. Lotus were great cars, weren't they?
Yes.
I
Can you Lotus Esprit?
Yeah, I love the Lotus Esprit, which was driven by James Bond, Roger Moore, right? The one that went underwater and the wheels tucked in. The white one. You must remember that in the James Bond film.
I'm trying to go back. I don't think I was around that decade.
No, he definitely took it underwater. He definitely did. And also, the Lotus Elan, which I test drove with a mate, actually. The Lotus Elan, the 2-seater convertible. That was a lovely car to drive. I test drove. But I did that a lot. I could never afford the car I was test driving.
So you're the king of the test drive, were you?
Yeah, I loved it. Because you were just able to drive cars for a bit, you know. And more often than not, if you turned up in a decent car, which was more often my dad's car, and then they'd let you, and I looked mature for my age as well. I had a nice bushy tash, looked like Tom Selleck. So they would... They
oh my God!
I looked more than my years. So they would let me, turn up in my dad's car and then just park it up, and the sales rep wouldn't sit with me, so I could drive the other car. And you'd burn it about, because you were young. You'd do that stuff.
Wow.
It's all coming out now, bro.
It really is.
But yeah, so we have had some other responses as well about the food question. Somebody has said crisps, which is a common one. Yeah. Chocolate bars.
Yep.
Somebody has said biryani.
Whoa, yes!
Biryani.
Somebody, wow. Okay, for me, that has beaten my kebab.
You know, but hang on, a biryani is more feasible than a kebab.
Well, how? What are you supposed to do? Are you using your hand? Are you using a fork? Are you using a spoon? What are you doing? Are you getting the passenger to feed you? Are you getting the back passenger to feed you? Are you stopping the car?
No.
How's it happening?
None of that. Let me explain. I'm just envisaging
okay.
this.
I'm getting. So brother, can I just say I'm now hungry?
I'm hungry as well.
Yeah.
So it's an automatic, obviously, right? It's automatic, and you could literally put your biryani dabba on your lap.
Oh my God!
On your lap and have a spoon, and steer with your left hand, eat with your right. You could do that.
Yeah, but okay, let's just say you've got a funky biryani, right? Where you've got some yogurt in there, and you got some curry sauce all over it as well, right? And then you're driving, and you take a mouthful, and it drops, and it goes across your clothing, and you're driving. It's too messy.
That would only happen to you.
Oh, this is true. We're not talking about this. We're not. But I will say, legend, whoever that person is.
That's brilliant.
Be safe, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's interesting. Let us know 07745 278 978 or 01733.
Random question though. Did that biryani taste as good as you were driving it? Driving your car, did it taste as good as it would if you were just sitting there?
You're talking to me like it was me that I did this.
I've got a feeling you might.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. You know how finicky I am about my car, eating in my car. You know that.
This is true.
So why would I eat a biryani in my car? I saw you eat a waffle. That was bad enough.
I interrupted and just gave the number, so I'll give it out myself.
Please.
Text WhatsApp 07745 278 978, or you can call the studio on 01733 602 133. The biryani got me.
Yeah. Again, we're going to reiterate that it is illegal to eat and drive.
Yes.
It is illegal to do that. And if you are caught eating and driving, you will probably get
it's 6 points on a fine now.
6 points.
So please be safe.
Yeah. We've said that at the top of the show. We need to reiterate it.
And we will continue to do so.
But, we are realistic motorists here, and we know that people do this absolutely all the time. So, going back to what made you first fall in love with cars, I had some responses yesterday. I put a question out on social media yesterday and asked people what made you first fall in love with cars. So, brother Abid Shah, from Leicester, wonderful brother Abid, he said playing with Hot Wheels as a kid or being fascinated by some of the classic cars that came out when I was a kid. For example, the Lamborghini Diablo, the Ferrari 360 Spider, the Porsche Boxster, the Mercedes CLK GTR, what a car.
Wow.
And the BMW Z4 come to mind. So this is what kind of got him into his passion for vehicles. By the way, I didn't know Brother Abid had a passion for vehicles, but now I know.
I just want to pick up on you on the Ferrari. That just made me remember when I was a young child, I watched Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, yeah.
And Eddie Murphy turns up in a Ferrari.
That's the Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Testarossa, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
What was it, 355 Spider?
It was a 355, I'm sure of it.
355 Spider, and I tell you what, that was the moment I fell in love with Ferraris.
Really?
Yeah, watching him do it.
He carried it off well, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Him and Ferraris kind of mixed well.
Yeah.
But Brother Abid, thank you for that. Brother Saqib Nazir also gave us a response yesterday. He said it's a tough one. He said what's got him to first fall in love with cars was probably going through car magazines and looking at the modified cars like Skylines and Supras.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, the old Skylines were amazing.
Yeah.
They were amazing. And
Beasts.
the Toyota Supra, which is making a comeback.
It is,
the Toyota Supra's coming back.
We'll be picking that up in the future, won't we?
We will.
Yeah.
Cars that in the 80s that are making a comeback or should make a comeback. Yeah. He goes on to say not really into all the fancy supercars. He's worked on a few supercars, but he didn't really want to drive them. He's more into the technology that goes into the cars and aerodynamics, which goes on to his earlier input about Lotus developing aerodynamics when in F1, which is interesting. I've never met a brother who's been that interested in the aerodynamics of vehicles before. I've never the coefficient drag and all this. I think the lower the coefficient number, the coefficient drag, the more fuel efficient the vehicle is. That's my geeky side coming out. Brother Saqib, tell me if I'm talking nonsense. Just let me know. Brother Ziad Hussain, this is my nephew actually. He said the first time that he got involved into fall in love with cars was with me. Right? He said he was watching the highlights of Gone in 60 Seconds, which is a Nicolas Cage film, which is what was it now? It was a Shelby Cobra in that film was the star of that movie. And he said, as soon as I saw that film, my fascination and wonder for cars began. The fact that cars not only provide transportation from A to B, but could do so in an exquisite art form. The pushing of the boundaries, the Bugatti Veyron proving what could happen if the heads at VW listened to their hearts rather than their heads. That's what I think resonates with true petrol heads.
Yeah.
The car becomes a form of unparalleled self-expression. The Bentley Continental GT providing exuberant luxury, while the Mercedes C63 AMG proceeds to bite your head off but make you smile from ear to ear in the process. Two completely different cars offering two contrasting experiences, but to the owners, they're in a class of their own.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Absolutely well said.
Well said. That was brilliant. Subhanallah, we're coming up to a break again in a minute. I'm going to give you the questions again. Two questions. What food would you, remembering it's illegal, or have you eaten behind the wheel? Let us know. Shock us. And two, what years were F-Reg cars made? What years were F-Reg cars made? We've had some questions in as well, answers in, which I'll come back to in a moment. We've had some more comments. Brother Zia said, this might be one only show. Biryani. Okay, he's question mark. Biryani? Like that. Brother Tokir said, no more burgers at the wheel then. And Zahir Abbas is saying nonsense. I don't know if that's a review of the show or nonsense that it's illegal to drive and eat.
I think he needs a service.
He needs a service, a major service.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll book you in for a major service.
I think you've blown a gasket there, brother.
Yeah. The number's 07745 278978 for your WhatsApp. And also, I've just seen one come in, 602133. We're going to be back with you in 4 minutes. Do stay tuned, inshallah.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this short ad break.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, the best house is that house in which an orphan is treated kindly. 140 million children around the world today are orphans, living with no hope of a future or an education. For just 50 pence a day, you can transform an orphan's life and give them the secure future they deserve. Call 03000 11 11 11 now or visit www.pennyappeal.org. Penny Appeal, small change, big difference.
Peterborough just got a whole lot tastier. Five Lads Flame Grilled Peri Peri Chicken is now open. Bring your family and friends to Peterborough's first HMC meat-selling restaurant. We are experts in grilled chicken, lamb chops and gourmet lamb and beef burgers. Our healthy options include fresh salads and fresh grilled vegetables. Fresh, clean and healthy grilled food with 4 different flavours. Lemon and herb, medium, hot and extra hot. 5-star hygiene rating. Eat in, order and collect or order for delivery on Deliveroo. Follow 5 Lads Peterborough on Facebook and Instagram 5 Lads. 15 Cowgate, Peterborough, PE1 1LZ. Call 01733 56 22 87. Open 7 days a week, 12 to 11 p.m.
Al Murad Tiles. With over 70 stores nationwide, we are now open in Peterborough. Up to 50% discount offers now on. Largest selection of tiles. Full bathroom suites from only £189. Paint, LED lighting, laminate flooring from only £7.99. Over 1,000 designs of wallpaper in stock. We have everything you need. Come and visit us at 193 Fengate, Peterborough, PE1 5BH, or call us on 01733 34 58 47. Al Murad Tiles, now open.
Had a car accident or an accident at work? Accident specialists are experts in no-win, no-fee accident claims. Leave the hassle to us. Our multilingual settlement experts will manage the entire claims process on your behalf, with nothing to pay up front. We provide services such as credit hire, taxi vehicles, recovery, storage and much more. For full details on our range of services and a free consultation, call us on 01733 555 774 or visit our office at 249 Lincoln Road opposite the NatWest Bank. Accident Specialists. Start your successful claim today.
Feel like some great tasting chicken tonight? Great meal deals, wraps, burgers and sides. We've got it all at Chicken Palace. Call and collect at 302 Lincoln Road on 01733 702 447 or 8 Park Road on 01733 34 3750. Chicken Palace, open 11 a.m. till late.
عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لو يعطى الناس بدعواهم لادعى رجال أموال قوم ودماءهم لكن البينة على المدعي واليمين على من أنكر.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salaam Radio 106.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and Inspire FM 105.1 in Luton. But this is our first show geared up with me, Amir Suleman, and my co-driver, Akeel Khalil. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Enjoying it?
Loving it.
Good, me too. Let's hope our listeners are enjoying it as well. We're asking you a couple of questions actually. What food have you or would you eat behind the wheel of your car? Bearing in mind it is illegal, but let's be honest here, we've all done it, or we all do it, or whatever it might be. 07745278978, or give us a call 01733 602133, or like you have been doing, keep sending us those Facebook Live messages. But Akeel, we've had another one, I think.
We have, yes. It's from Brother Zaire Abbas, and he said samosas.
Samosas. Now that's a staple.
I was just going to say that's just standard procedure.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
Brother Zia, I think you need to dig deeper. You need to dig deep. I think you can shock us.
I don't think you've got something in that cool bag you ain't willing to tell us just yet.
Yeah, so he drives a fair bit as well.
Yeah, he does.
So I think he needs to open up, dig deep.
I think there's a bargee somewhere.
Yeah, look within himself.
Look within yourself.
And let us know what you've eaten.
That's right.
So, yeah, we've had a WhatsApp. Thank you, Brother Akeel, for letting me know. So, my son, Ali again, who's also a car fanatic, as you know, has said, if you look at the McLaren Senna, that car is heavily based on aerodynamics, which allows to handle the corner better than a Ferrari LaFerrari.
Wow.
Now, I know where he's got that from. He watched the first episode of the Grand Tour with me, where they tested the Senna, which is an amazing car.
It is. The
McLaren Senna is phenomenal.
It is.
Did you see the... if you did watch it, you'd probably know what I'm talking about. I know it's popular with motorists, but the stopping power of this vehicle was phenomenal. It really was. We've got another message, I think, on Facebook. Is that right, Brother Faisal?
Oh my God. Okay, so Brother Faisal has just sent us a message, and he's put... where are we? He says, no, I once saw someone with a shisha installed in their car, all fully working.
That is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
That is ridiculous.
I wonder what flavour he was smoking though.
Is that your question?
Well,
so your question is what flavour, not the ridiculously of the notion that you've got a shisha installed in your vehicle.
Yeah.
So your first question is, I wonder what flavour it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's normal.
Well, depends where he was, where he saw this, what country he was in.
Brother Faisal, let us know what country it was.
Yeah.
It was probably London. It could be Peterborough.
Edgware Road.
Edgware Road. It wouldn't surprise me if it was Edgware Road. Listen, we're going to shift gear, as they say, and we're going to change topic a little bit here. So, also, don't forget our other question, please. Not just the food, but the other question is what years was the prefix F-Reg cars made? We will reveal the answer and those who guessed correctly at the end of the show. So if you've guessed correctly, you will be credited with that. Oh, he said it was the UK.
Wow.
Car from London, but in Peterborough.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Hang on, how do you know it's a car from London?
Okay, well, this is getting interesting, isn't it? Let me get some popcorn.
Brother Faisal, let us know how you know it's from London. Was there a sticker saying I love London or something like that? I don't know. Whatever it was.
Or Scarborough.
Or Scarborough, yeah, that wouldn't work. So, listen, I came across a really interesting article this week which discussed 10 affordable cars which look expensive. And there's some surprising and not so surprising cars in this list. Brother Akeel, I know you've had a look at this article. Do you want to kick us off with number one on the list?
Yeah, it's the Jaguar XKR, year 1999 to 2004.
Oh, okay.
Average buying price at the moment is between £9,000 to £15,000. Now, this is the coupe.
It's
car,
a lovely
which actually
car.
looks like one of the old Aston Martins. I believe it's the same designer.
Oh, is it the same designer?
Yeah, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this, you can from the front. It's got that Vanquish-esque sort of like shape going on, but it's a phenomenal looking car. And even to the date, when I've seen one recently, actually,
yeah,
it looks phenomenal.
It does, especially with the big rims on it.
Yes. Wow.
I'm looking at a picture of one now, and it's got, I think that's probably 20 or 21s on there in terms of rim size.
Fabulous.
But it's a lovely car, especially the XKR, which is the supercharged
Yeah,
model,
that's what this is as well, by the way.
I think it looks like it. And that would be obviously the top bracket, right? The 15,000, low mileage, full service history. You're probably looking at paying 15,000 for a late 2004 model.
Correct, yeah.
But 15,000 is a lot of money, but it's a lot of car for that money.
That's a lot of car for that money, a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah.
This is refined GT, isn't it?
It is. It's a Grand Tourer.
Yeah.
Although you can have a lot of fun in one of them, I would imagine. And I think they are rear-wheel drive. They must be.
I think so. Yeah. I've got a vague memory of Clarkson testing it
with his donuts, etc.
Yes. Yeah. That's testing.
That is testing.
Yeah.
My only concern, right, before we move on to number 2, my only concern about buying cars of that era is they're great value for money. You get a lot of car for your money, etc. And there's 2 concerns, one which I'll come on to later. But the first one is you don't get the latest tech in the car. That's the issue.
Correct.
If you're buying the car purely for the driving enjoyment, brilliant. But if you're a kind of guy like me that wants the latest tech, then you're probably not going to buy a car of that old.
No, you're not. But then, obviously, you know that from the outset.
You do know that.
You're not going to go to a 2004 car, sports car, or GT car, asking it to have the latest navigation systems, being able to have internet inside it, a cruise control, whatever it may be. You'll have certain things that, like, for example, even some particular type of brake, for example, ceramic brakes won't be part of that.
Absolutely.
Certainly not this car.
No.
But that's the caveat, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're getting a lot of car for the money, and it's a driver's vehicle.
Yeah.
That's why you do this, right?
Yeah.
It's a driver's vehicle. Having said that, I've talked about driver's vehicle. Number 2 on the list is a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 1979.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful, ranging between 4,000 and 8,000, depending on mileage, service history, and the condition of the vehicle. It's a very old-looking car. I'm looking at an NREG suffix plate here, and it's a lovely vehicle. But realistically, would you buy one of them? If it was you and you had, let's look middle of the road, let's say 6k. You had 6k knocking around and you wanted something which looked expensive, would you buy a 1979 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow?
No.
And tell me why you wouldn't do that. Do you think it's too much? It's too far?
To be honest with you, it just doesn't fit anything that I would want in a car.
Although, having said that, some of the outfits you wear remind me of Del Boy, and I think you could pull one of them off.
That's because I'm a geezer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm a diamond geezer.
No, I wouldn't either. If it's your cup of tea, wallowy suspension and gliding and cruising around.
Yeah, but hold on a second. It has got a presence, hasn't it?
Well, it has. There's no doubt.
There's definitely there's a prestige about it.
And you'd get noticed.
You would get noticed.
Even if it was an old one like this.
Okay, would I? This is true. No, I still wouldn't.
No. I wouldn't either, but it does fit very well into this article of affordable cars.
Yes,
that
it does.
Look expensive.
I think the third one, though, this is quite common. You do see this car now, the Range Rover Vogue, year 2004.
Okay,
you can pick them up from £2,000 to £6,000, and these are actually quite common now. There are a lot of these around. A lot of people are driving them because they become more accessible to people.
Yeah,
and this is definitely a car which you are getting a lot of car for your money for this one.
Indeed.
Phenomenal technology, whether that's off-roading, on-roading, a lot of newish tech now. Obviously, it would have been new at the time when this came out.
Sure.
Would I buy that car? Yes, I would.
A 2004 model. In great, let's say, really a great example, great condition, 2004, let's say average or below average mileage, would you spend 6k on it?
Yes.
Okay. I know you like Range Rovers.
Yes, the reason why I would do this is because I think the comfort levels, you wouldn't lose its comfort levels, for example, and there's a presence about it.
Yeah, if it's been well maintained, it would certainly still be comfortable. I think cars like this, around sort of 2004, Range Rover technology in terms of mechanical technology, in terms of off-roading capability, suspension, differentials, all this stuff, I think are great for that year.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just going back to the point that, electronically, technologically not so advanced.
In fact, actually, incidentally, as we're talking about the Range Rover, I was invited last year by Land Rover for one of their experience days. I got to drive 3 or 4 different models of their latest. And we went across the tracks, and I recall
the off-road courses.
And there was an element to it where we went. I think it was 6 feet under the water. The water was level with our windows.
Wow!
There's cameras everywhere. The car was driving itself. It was going on declines itself. It was phenomenal. Obviously, you're not going to get none of that.
No.
One thing I will say is buying a car this old, this type. The only thing that would make me think, well, should I part with my money or not? Is the running costs. Because what you need to bear in mind is you can buy a car which is affordable and you will look rich in it and so on and so forth, but guess what doesn't change? Now, the value of the car might change,
of course,
but the parts and servicing are going to stay the same.
So that was my second point. One was the lack of tech, and my second point was the high maintenance costs.
It's just, you're still going to be paying a lot of money for your servicing. If something goes wrong, the parts are not going to be cheaper just because your car's devalued.
But more importantly than that is it will be more frequent.
Yes.
Because as the car gets older, it's going to need more service and more maintenance.
Yeah.
And parts aren't cheap. You're absolutely right. The three cars we've talked about, the Jaguar, the Rolls-Royce, imagine the parts for the Rolls-Royce 1979. Wow.
I think you potentially may have wiped out your investment.
I think you might have done. Yeah, I think you might have done. But no, the Range Rover, I agree, I concur, is an amazing vehicle. And one that I would like to own one day, actually. Inshallah, let's see. So the next one falls in line with kind of the Rolls-Royce, really. It's the Bentley Turbo R.
This is going to be fast.
This will be fast.
Seriously
extremely
fast, yeah.
This is 1991 to 1994, and specimens can be found between £5,000 and £12,000. But yeah, absolutely amazing looking vehicle. A little bit boxy.
Yes.
Huge grille. It's got four headlights, dipped and full beam. So if you haven't seen the Bentley Turbo R from the 90s, quickly Google it, you know what we're talking about. Weirdly very small wheels, have you noticed? And massive tyres on it.
Yeah, but that was sort of the thing then, wasn't it?
It was.
Especially with the cars of that ilk.
Yeah. I wouldn't buy this, to be honest.
There is a presence.
There's a presence, but again, imagine the running costs.
They'll be very, very expensive.
But it's a very fast car for its time.
Yes.
For its time, very fast car.
I feel like I've got the luck of the draw.
You have.
I have, haven't I? Because number 5.
Yeah.
Now, I would have no issues buying this car. This is a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. 1999 to 2008. You can pick them up from £2,000 to £6,000, and you are getting an absolute, a treasure trove, of technology.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier on before, a lot of the technology that comes out, almost, it's like Mercedes has 10 years before everybody else.
Yes.
But certainly comes in the S-Class.
It does.
This particular S-Class, you will get a lot of technology which is quite commonplace now.
Indeed.
In this.
Yeah.
So I would get this without hesitation.
And what year is this one? Is this one?
This goes up to 2000. It says 1999 to 2008.
And £2,000 to £6,000.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of car for that money.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of car, because even the 2008, well, actually, even the 1999 model had some serious tech in there. It really did.
It did, yeah. I mean, and don't forget, in this you'll have your TV screens, you'll have all your cruise controls, you'll have massaging seats, I actually do feel, brother, there may be a decent amount of tables for you to eat your food on.
Absolutely right.
So you could eat the kebab in a more civilized manner.
While being driven?
While being driven.
Because this is really a car you could be chauffeured in as well, right?
Absolutely. So you can drive.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
I'll sit at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
hang on, so I'm chauffeuring you.
You're chauffeuring me.
Am I buying you the kebab?
You're buying me the kebab. You're chauffeuring me.
So hang on. No. I'm buying you the kebab. It's my car. I'm giving you a lift.
No, wait.
You're sitting in the back.
No, it's my car.
Oh, it's your car now.
It's my car.
Okay.
It was always my car because I've got number 5 on the list. Cheeky. So you're driving me around.
Okay.
Because I don't want to drive now. All I want to do is sit in the back and eat kebabs.
Yeah.
And whenever I run out, you've got to take me to the next shop.
You can eat at home, right? You can do that.
Yeah, but this can be home. Because it's such a big car. And it's got so much comfort in there.
And I would buy one of these. If anyone has actually bought or has an S-Class Merc from 1999 to 2008, do let us know, and let us know what a joy it is to drive, because I imagine it is, although I imagine it's actually quite difficult in terms of running costs as well.
Yes, but don't forget, this is true, running costs would be quite expensive, but there's so many different trims in this as well.
That's true.
Diesel, petrol, sports, non-sports, AMG, etc.
The AMG was, yeah. So we've had another, my son again, bless him, my son is saying wheeler dealers actually did a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, but only made £1.5 grand profit, as they needed loads of parts to rebuild the engine. By the way, Wheelie Dealers is one of my all-time favourite car shows.
Oh, okay.
Do you not watch Wheelie Dealers?
I have seen it, yes.
I love that show. Excuse me. If you like Wheelie Dealers, please do let us know. I'm going to have a coughing fit, so I'm going to let you talk.
Okay, I just thought that your favourite show was Heartbeat. Because the cars were in it. Okay, so number 6 on the list is, and this is quite. I mean, I definitely also would buy one of these because great car. It's BMW. It's going to have excellent handling. In fact, are you over your fit? Because you can have this. I think Are you okay? No, you're not. You're still like gasping for air. I think you definitely need a service, or your cam belt's broken. BMW Z4, 2002 to 2004. You can pick them up for £2,000 to £7,000. Great cars, excellent cars to drive. They still look fab.
I'm back. They do look amazing. That the Z4 is apparently a really nice car to drive. I mean, it's a driver's car.
Absolutely.
And BMW famously rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
By the way, Brother Sakib has said loads of oil leaks in S-Class AMG. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it can't be for all of them.
Well, he's obviously experienced. So he's got a garage. He deals with cars day in, day out.
So it's a common issue then?
It must be a common issue.
Okay.
I wonder, Brother Sakib, is it a gasket thing? What is it? What causes? Is it a common thing that causes the oil leak? Do let us know, please. We'll be interested to know.
Yeah. Well, I think that may affect your order.
Yes, it would. It would affect my order. Can I just go back to Wheeler Dealers for a moment?
Yeah, sure. Of course you can.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not plugging another radio show. I'm plugging another TV show, so it's all right. It's fine.
Yeah, station manager.
Yeah, it's a great show, and if you're a motorist and a petrol head, Wheeler Dealers is really a great program to watch because it really takes you on a journey of what it means to restore a car and sell it again for profit.
I used to think about that on Pimp My Ride, but then they used to sell it.
Yeah, but Pimp My Ride was all about modifying vehicles.
Yes,
right?
but still,
no. We're not going down that route.
I'm just saying to you, they're still modifying a car.
Well, no, they're not modifying it, are they? They're restoring it.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying in terms of like with yours is restoring it.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair point.
Yeah, I have seen it. It's actually a good show.
It is a good show.
Yeah,
it's a good show. Should we move on to the next one?
Sure.
Let me just see if we've got any other messages. Bear with me. I think we have got some that have come in. So on the food front, the question was, what have you or would you eat behind the wheel? Sandwiches, burger, soup.
Oh, whoa, what?
Soup.
How? Oh, wait, hold on. How?
That's totally feasible.
No, but how? Unless you're sipping it through a straw. You cannot tell me you have some sort of container and you're using a spoon and you're on your own or you're what?
Have you not heard of cup of soup? In a flask?
Yeah, but...
You've not lived. Cup of soup. Your silence speaks volumes. Cup of soup in a flask. Bachelor's cup of soup.
You are dangerous.
Vegetables.
You are not driving my S-Class. You are not driving my S-Class. But that brother Sakib, he's actually said it's gaskets.
Oh, it is gaskets. Interesting. And that's a heavy job.
It is a heavy job. S-Class is gone now.
You're moving on.
No, I'm thinking I'm going to get the Z4.
Okay.
Well, I can't be. Technically, you can still drive me, but if you have soup, it's going to be a problem.
I would go with soup. Right, I'm going to give you one more now. Somebody's texted.
Would the soup have croutons in it?
Yeah, but then you can't drink it through a flask, can you?
Oh, okay.
You're really thinking this through, aren't you?
Yeah, but you got to. I mean, if someone's having some soup, what are you going to do?
Spaghetti.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's a joke. That's just a joke.
No, that can't be.
No.
Okay, are you having it with meatballs? Is it spaghetti with meatballs?
Let us know. Would you eat your spaghetti with meatballs, whoever this is? But no, I think that's just an absolute joke. I think that's
but that, can I also say, whoever that is, are you driving an auto? And also, what's the skill level involved?
Well, you need a lot of skill. Imagine, there's an auto. We're assuming it's an auto. You cannot drive and eat spaghetti in a manual vehicle.
Yeah, but somebody's doing it, and I want to know how.
Your spaghetti dumbbell's on your lap. Right? Imagine you've got the clutch going.
Yeah.
That spaghetti's everywhere.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's got to be auto.
So serious questions here. Auto, manual, what's the skill? What utensil are you using? And also meatballs.
Yeah, because if you're going to eat spaghetti the proper way, with etiquette, you need a fork and a spoon.
That's right.
But obviously you can't do that. So what is it? Do you go with the fork or the spoon, or do you go with a spork?
What if they're driving a Tesla?
A spork? Oh, okay. Now, still illegal, you know.
Yeah, but we know it's illegal to eat behind the wheel. I'm just saying.
No, in a Tesla.
Yeah, I know, because it's got this. It's got its autonomous abilities.
Yes,
I get that. But we're talking about the only way we can feasibly the only way we can fathom this is if the car's driving itself.
Indeed, we're gonna have to move on in the interest of time. So each show. Around about this time, we're going to bring you and discuss little snippets of the latest car news that's been happening in the last week or two. And it has been an interesting week.
A new BMW M3 is on the way later this year, and it's been rumoured that for a little extra money, BMW will sell you a special edition that's slower, but better. Whereas the standard M3 will come with all-wheel drive and an automatic gearbox, the Pure Edition will be available with rear-wheel drive and a good old-fashioned manual. It's a smart move from BMW, with the success of cars like the Porsche 911 Carrera T proving that hardcore petrol heads just aren't ready to give up on the analog driving experience. Speaking of Porsches, 911 tuning mentalist Gembala have revealed their latest car, and if you like things with far too many names, you're going to love this. It's called the Gembala GTR 8XX Evo R by Turbo, and it's basically a 911 Turbo S with a body kit and an extra 230 brake horsepower, bringing the total up to 815. Because what the insanely fast Turbo S clearly needed was an extra Golf GTI's worth of power. Times are changing, people. Big news out of Detroit this week. It's been revealed that the next generation of Dodge muscle cars will be hybrids. The Dodge CEO has confirmed that the next Challenger will have to make do without the big, thirsty, supercharged V8 that we all know and love. But he has assured that the hybrid system will be implemented not to make the cars more frugal and more sensible, but to make them faster and more aggressive. Finally, someone has won the Barn Find lottery this week when a shed in rural France was found to be hiding 81 classic cars. Seriously, how big does your garden have to be? The pick of the cars found in the shed is a Lamborghini Miura P400, which, despite being all Barney, is expected to sell at auction for over €500,000.
That is amazing. That last story, 80-odd cars found in a barn. By the way, that
amazing
news,
pictures.
Amazing, yeah. So that news is courtesy of Drive Tribe. Thank you. Which I think is weekly. So we'll bring you that every fortnight when we do the show, the latest news of the week. But we're going to elaborate on that a little bit. In the news this week, literally today, there's been a report out that autonomous cars could report drunk drivers to the police. Huawei files a patent for in-car monitoring systems able to detect if the driver is drunk and even if drugs are present in the vehicle.
Wow.
What an amazing piece of technology.
Yes, that's right. And obviously, I mean, Huawei are one of the world's biggest tech companies.
Yes.
And that's going to be really, really cool.
Amazing. Also, a new 2019 MG HS is spied, testing ahead of a UK release. Now, MG is owned by India now, I think. It's an Indian car company, as I remember.
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, very cheap, and basically a camouflaged MG HS, I can't picture that vehicle, has been caught on camera in a UK car park. So they're still releasing cars. I know they're not selling particularly well.
No, but you very seldom see them on the road, though.
You don't see them.
No.
You rarely see those cars. And if you do, they're kind of...
They stick out.
Do you think they stick out?
Oh, yeah. Because you're so shocked that the brand is still alive.
I suppose so. Did you catch any stories this week yourself?
Yes, before I get to that, you have some more messages, I believe.
Oh, I do. Yes. So somebody has said a cup of soup could be put in the cup holder. Yeah, but how do you drink it? That's the question. How do you drink it? It's all like storing it there, but how do you drink it?
I just wanted to just pick up on that Porsche story, really. Yeah. 800 horsepower.
Crazy.
800 horsepower.
Absolutely crazy.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal. There's another story, by the way, that Ford could lose £613 million this year as a result of a hard Brexit. The American giant predicts $800 million headwind if the UK leaves the EU with no deal. And that's just one example of how the motoring industry could really suffer as a result of a hard Brexit.
Yeah, and I do believe I read a report yesterday as well about JLR, essentially Jaguar Land Rover, saying that Brexit could essentially cripple them.
Absolutely. Volvo recalls almost 200,000 cars over fuel leak fears. So over 30,000 UK Volvos are to be recalled, although the company says there are no reports alleging injuries or damages related to this issue. Okay. But recalls must cost car manufacturers millions and millions of pounds.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll tell you one thing that really caught my eye this week as well was the Boeing's passenger air vehicle. It made its first flight this week.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's essentially it's the aerospace giants. It wants to get into autonomous air taxi game. So something to look out for in the future.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. The 2019 Renault Clio details are shown in a new teaser video. This all-new Renault Clio Super Mini will break cover at the Geneva Motor Show later this year, which I think is in March. March or April, Motor Show. Incidentally, I took my son to the London Motor Show last year. Was not impressed.
Okay.
Back in my day when I went to the London or Earl's Court Motor Show with my dad, it was literally like the Geneva Motor Show. All the new manufacturers, all the major manufacturers there releasing new cars. But this motor show was nothing like that. You didn't have any of the manufacturers. It was just like a display of supercars. Very disappointed, as was my son. So I've promised to take him to either the Paris or Geneva Motor Show, maybe in a year or two. We'll see how we go. We're fast running out of time, Brother Akeel. I can't believe it. We need to slam on the brakes. Literally, and let people know the answer to the question. We did have one person who gave the right answer. So, Brother Faisal, if you're still listening, your first guess was incorrect. But 1988 or 1989 was the year that the F-Reg cars were made. It was basically 1st of August 1988 to the 31st of July 1989. So if you got that right and you didn't text in and it was in your mind, then well done to you and well done, Brother Faisal, for Googling it.
No, you did.
Really good work. So we're going to be asking more questions on that next week, inshallah. But we've literally got a minute left, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, please don't eat food behind the wheel of your car.
Yeah, do not do that. Do not do it. It's a bit of fun, a bit of banter for this show, but of course we're not advocating you eating and driving. Listen, you've been listening to Geared Up here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM in Peterborough and Inspire FM in Luton. And thanks for listening to our first show. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope you'll be back again with us on Friday, the 8th of February, inshallah. And we'll be back, hopefully, 9 p.m, same time. Do stay tuned to Salaam Radio, please. We have lots of live shows for you. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay tuned.
And always wear your seatbelt.
And please do remember, all the way through the weekend and beyond, Salaam Radio has lots of listening for you, so please do stay tuned and support this wonderful station, which is all run by volunteers apart from our wonderful station manager. Assalamu alaikum.
Stay tuned to Salaam Radio after this.